women are starting to rebel against men because you guys decided to vote for Donald Trump. You know, they were on the internet all day yesterday, on TikTok, everywhere. We're not going to have sex with men anymore because you men don't allow us to kill our babies in peace. And so now we're going to join a movement that's done in South Korea called the 4B movement. No more sex, no more marriage, no more babies for you people. And these women are going crazy. Yesterday on the internet, every woman I was seeing was just shaving all her hair off, cutting it all off. It's a new beginning. For the next 4 years, there's no more sex. That's what they're saying. The lady I was watching, she looked like a deranged lunatic. She looked like she was in her 50s. And she had somebody behind her, just chopping her hair off, chopping it all off. And then after when it got low enough, then she passed the clipper, gave her a one all around. And then at the end of the video, they started kissing. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the point? These are two boondikers. Two boondikers kissing. They're lesbians. So what was the point of this whole thing? And so now we're starting to see what I always talk about. People who focus too much on politics are all retarded. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All retarded. And so what you have now is women that are just retarded by default. And then to compound that with the fact that they're so into politics, double trouble. I mean, we're talking about double trouble retardation. And now we're starting to see the effects of these things. Delusional women on the internet making it known to the entire world they're shutting down the yeast factory until further notice. Listen to this lady.
Did anyone else wake up today and delete their dating apps? Like, I'm not just talking like just removing the app. Like, I full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. Like, I didn't even think twice about it. There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years. I've been happily single for the past 4 years. I can wait another 4 years.
Wait a minute. So let me get this straight. For as long as you've been an adult, you've been on Hinge, on Tinder, and on Bumble getting railed by all the guys. And by the way, if you didn't notice, this is a fat torta we're talking about. This is a torta. We're talking about a sea elephant. And as we all know, a lot of you guys go on Tinder, on Hinge, and on Bumble. I don't go on these places. I go to the fat-only website. I go on Woo Plus. But for the regular guys that go on regular dating websites, you know that you have the regular typical girls, then you have the chubby ones, then you have the land whales. And we all know after you get turned down by the regular girls and the chubby ones, then you go to your last resort, which is the land whales. And they're very easy to pipe down. All you have to do is offer them something to eat. Take it from me. You're talking to a connoisseur of fat women. It's crazy the things these women do for simple things like a sandwich. I tell people these things, they don't believe me. You wouldn't believe the things these women do for something simple like a sandwich. You give them one of those big Eiffel Tower sandwiches where it has a lot of roasted beef and melted cheese and a whole bunch of syrup and shit all over it. They go crazy over it. And so a lot of guys know these things, and so they know, okay, I'm on these dating websites. These women are the last resort. All I have to do is offer them a big old sandwich, one of those big melted cheese sandwiches. And, I'll just get a nut off because, guys just want to get a nut off sometimes. And if the only option is a big land whale, then so be it. I don't care. Guys don't care. And then, we hear the cope of her saying, I've been happily single for the past couple years. I don't mind being single for the next 4 years. I don't care. So now the question becomes for these fat tortas is, okay, so then why are you on these dating websites then? What's the point of it? If you're trying to meet a guy, what are you trying to meet a guy for if it's not to be in a relationship? What is it for? I mean, it seems like something's missing here. Based on what you're saying, you're trying to meet the right guy. And there just isn't any good options out there. And it took for Donald Trump to win for you to realize that, you just have to stay away from men. Because if you're not in a relationship in all these years, while you've been in these dating websites, well, then I guess you've just been getting piped down this whole time. And I guess you're tired of it. But, like I said, I feel like something's missing here. Let's see what else she has to say. Maybe we can get to the bottom of this.
It is way too scary to try and trust anyone right now because anything can happen. And if you know me, one of my biggest fears is being pregnant. God forbid that ever happens over the next few years, I'm fucked. So, no dating apps. If you are a man, don't even look at me until, ever again.
Oh, so that's what it is. No, you see, now I understand. And it goes back to the video I made the other day. Women have this crazy obsession with just killing babies. They love it. They can't get enough of killing these little boogers. As soon as these women find out they're pregnant, like clockwork, they right away they say, okay, this little bastard needs to be gone by today. And they call the guy that rogged on them and tell him, listen, you got me pregnant. You're in trouble, mister. You're in big trouble. But don't worry, okay? We can solve this. All I need is $50. Send me $50 so I can take the Uber because I need to go to Planned Parenthood to get this little booger ripped out of me. And I would appreciate it if you came with me, so after you could take me out to Denny's because I get hungry after abortions. I'm starving after a long, drawn-out abortion. So I would appreciate it if you were there for me and took me out to dinner right after. Okay? And it's crazy because, I'm starting to see a lot of guys that are very concerned about this stuff. A lot of guys on the internet are very worried. They're saying, well, there's not going to be any more sex for us guys. What are we going to do now? And then you see them trying to defend these women, coming to their aid. Guys, women are just talking shit. They're just talking. You're telling me for the past 15 years, women have been getting raw dog left and right, 40, 50 bodies, women. And all of a sudden, that's going to come to an end just because, why? Because Donald Trump won the election? Are you crazy? Are you stupid or what? I'm going to say it again. Whatever was happening before Donald Trump won the election is going to continue to happen right after he won. If you're a guy that gets no cheeks, not even from fat women, that's going to continue no matter what. If you're a guy like me that's surrounded by fat women, there's no 4B movement in my universe. But in your world, the 4B movement been happening. Your life is the 4B movement. My nigga, you got no cheeks. What's changed? Hey, I'm going to ask you again. What's changed? Huh? What's changed? Nothing's changed. You're still not getting any sex from women, not even the land whales. You still got no money. You're still ugly. You're still fat. And you're still poor. Nothing's changed, buddy. But you're going all crazy because this new movement, the 4B movement, is, women are getting serious now with the 4B movement. You know what's funny? These women that are talking on TikTok, the right guy comes along. Fuck the 4B movement. That shit goes right out the window. If the right guy comes along, they'll tell all the other ladies on TikTok, hey, ladies, take the 4B movement and shove it up your ass. I'm out of here, pal. And they get on their knees and start slurping them up. And even with the threat of, them getting pregnant, they don't care. The guy say, oh, man, this is the trick I always pull. Oh, man, I forgot the condoms. God damn it. Oh, I forgot the condoms. Then a fat torta's gonna say, how could you forget the condoms? Oh, my God, you always forgetting the condoms. Okay, 3 minutes later, we're having a raw, unprotected sex. And there's sperm all over it's everywhere. It's a disaster. Women only care and create these things for guys like you that are fat, ugly, and poor and too hyper-focused on politics. And, you don't have enough time to focus on yourself. So you don't self-develop. You're not doing 300, 400 push-ups a day. You're not doing 200 pull-ups per day. You're not hitting the gym. You're not sparring. You're not fighting. You're not doing anything productive. You don't have abs. You look like shit. You don't have Cartier glasses, so women set out all these rules for guys like you to follow. Aside from you being basically like an incel at this point, you get no cheat. You're basically an incel at this point. Now they hit you with another thing on top of that to compound it. The 4B movement. They dropped it right on your ass, and there's nothing you can do about it. Just accept it. Meanwhile, all the selection stuff, this doesn't affect me in the least bit. Yesterday I was talking to one of the fats. And we were making plans for today. Later on tonight, I'm going to go see her. But I told her, listen, I need you to stop by the store and I need you to buy yourself a burqa. And buy one of the nice ones, the ones that are all black. A big black gown, a big black burqa. And it has little gold accents around the eyes and stuff, little designs around the cuffs. Because I want it to look sexy. And, I'm going to save you the details of what's going to happen right after. Let's just say it's going to smell like butt and sex. That's all I'm going to say. Her answer, you want to know what her answer was? Oh my God, you're so crazy. Okay, that's so freaking crazy. Because, hey, like I said before, I don't give a shit about politics. Because this shit doesn't even affect a guy like me. Guy like you, this whole thing is like scrambling your world around. The big tortas on Tinder and Hinge and Bumble. They're telling you all these things, and they're driving a guy like you crazy. They're scrambling your world upside down. A guy like me only knows about this thing because it's literally being flooded all over the internet. That's the only reason I know about it. Otherwise, this isn't even a reality for a guy like me. Anyways, go Donald Trump, go Kamala Harris. Go deeper into politics, guys. Really focus on the politics. And neglect everything else. Don't get any money, don't get any hoes, don't get anything, Focus on politics, because that's what really matters. And go out there and make a political change. Use all that political useless knowledge you acquired all these years. And go out there and make a change for our society. But the only thing that matters, politics. Sure, you haven't gone to the gym in years. Sure, you're a fat piece of shit with hypertension and pre-diabetic. And have a black line in the back of your neck. Probably have erectile dysfunction as well. Sure. But at least you got politics. And you got the 4B woman to worry about.